Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video here on Middle-earth Gaming, and welcome back to Defense of the North Week. So this is our second video now, our third video. I'm getting mixed up now. This is our third video of Defense of the North Week. Hope you guys have been enjoying so far, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I've got to admit, this is one of the best books they've released, I gotta say. You know, there's a few things that I would prefer more into here, and I'll probably do that in the last video, you know, give my thoughts on what I think they should have added, but you know, what do you do? It's out, it's awesome, and I can't wait to do more for it. As you guys know, I'm gonna be doing the scenarios for it, doing the campaigns, gonna be building boards specifically for it, and yeah, I can't wait. Building up the armies for it at the moment. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, so in the last two videos, we've done the quick overview of my thoughts about the book, and also the scenarios. So go and check them out if you haven't already. I'll put a link to them in the description below. But in today, we're going to be going over the army list and the new profiles. So there is 16 new profiles in this book. And I know a lot of them have been, you know, obviously everything's being spoiled now. But I thought I'd still get my thoughts and opinions out there. I think it's always good to get some different views and opinions, and just my overall thoughts about them as well. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. And yeah, like, you know, not giving too much stuff away. You know, you probably see, you know, see some hints and stuff. But you know, I'm not going to go into detail about every little thing. I'm not going to read like every blurb and everything like that, because I want you guys to check it out for yourselves when you get the book as well. Now, speaking of the book, of course, if you guys have been paying attention and you know, been following Defense of the North Week, we're doing a giveaway for Defense of the North. We're going to be giving, it actually arrived today finally, a copy of Defense of the North. This one right here is still in shrink wrap. This is it's gonna happen. It's going to stay like that until one of you guys win it and open it. And also, one of the sets of the new Eastling dice, as you guys can see right there. Awesome little dice set. You guys can probably see. Yeah, they're pretty cool there. I got one for myself and one for you guys to win as well. So if you guys like to win that, comment on this video or any one of my Defense of the North Week videos, and you guys will enter. All you have to do is comment Defend the North, and you'll be automatically entered into winning one of those, both of those prizes, I should say. But yeah, so it should be good. So and we also have reached over 500 subscribers. We're actually a lot past that at the moment, which is absolutely crazy. But we got a 500 subscriber giveaway going on as well. So if you guys are new and are subscribed to the channel, make sure to go check out the video. I'll put a link to that video in the description as well for you guys to check out. And yeah, so if you guys, well, I guess without further ado, let's get straight into Defense of the North. So like I said, we went through the scenarios, we went through a bit of it. We actually did go through a few of this through the profiles in the last couple of videos, but let's get on to the armies. So first up, we have the Garrison of Dale. So of course, you know, a lot of these profiles have been out for, you know, quite a long time now, you know, over a year now really, and not a lot of things have changed. In fact, in all the profiles that have been out for quite a while, only one thing has changed, and we'll get onto that when we get onto that. Yeah, so it's the same. The Garrison of Dale is pretty much the same. However, you can now take Garrison, Bran, Bard II, Captains of Dale, Warriors of Dale, and Knights of Dale. So that's in the army list. You know, it has its strengths, it has its weaknesses, also has the key models. I'm not going to be showing that. I'm not going to be telling you all that guys, all that stuff, because you can read it for yourselves. You know, we're going to keep some spoilers for you guys to read yourselves. But there's still the army bonus. You know, if you can take a complete pure Garrison of Dale, Captains of Dale and Warriors of Dale have their show value improved to 3+, which is awesome. You know, give Dale some competitive edge to it. Next up, we have Bran, King of Dale, and Bard II, Prince of Dale, as you guys can see here. We're not going to go through every little thing. Like I said, it really hasn't changed. It is pretty much, they are not pretty much the same. They are exactly the same as they are when their profiles came out. But I don't think I've ever actually on the channel done a video of my thoughts about these profiles. So I'll give a quick overview of the stuff that's already been out, and we'll go more into depth of the profiles that are new in this book. So we have Bran, King of Dale. He's Fight 5, Strength 4, Defense 7, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, Courage 5, 3 might, 3 will, 1 faith. of course, because, you know, spoilers, he dies at the Battle of Dale. You know, it's continuing with that trend of no fight 6 heroes, unfortunately. You know, like, you know, in this version anyway. You know, in one of the scenarios, I think it's in the Death of Bran scenario, Bran can actually go up to fight 6, which is kind of ironic, actually. In the scenario that he dies, that's when he gets to fight 6. But you know, it'd be cool to have like a little rule, like if he gets down to 1 wound, that his fight value increases to 6. You know, he's trying to fight on a little bit longer. That'd be a pretty cool rule, but, you know, be very situational. And, you know, I like the profile. I definitely do want to use. I am painting up a Dale army at the moment. I am painting Bran and Bard at the moment as well with some Knights of Dale. So you guys will hopefully see that on the channel very soon. You'll definitely see it in a hobby vlog very soon as well. But yeah, very cool rule. He has a standfast is 12 inches rather than 6, which is always nice. And he's a stoic fighter. So at the start of the fight involving Bran, check to see if he would be trapped. And should he lose the draw roll, with the exception of if a friendly model can make way for Bran. If Bran would be trapped, he may reroll a single d6 to win the draw roll and a single d6 when rolling to wound. So, you know, he's again, it's like that way of, you know, he's losing, you know, there's probably no way out of this, so he's just going to fight a little bit harder to, you know, he's not going to go down too easily, which is pretty thematic, I gotta say. Next up we have Bard the Second. So he's pretty much the same profile. He has 1 fewer wound and 1 more courage, which is interesting. And he also has 1 less will and 1 extra fate. So he's strength 4, defense 7, 3 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6, 3 might, 2 will, 2 fate. It's interesting that he's got 2 fate. I thought he would have 3, but I guess, you know, he can't be too good. You want to take Bran as your leader. You know, if you're going through a Garrison of Dale, you don't want to make Bard better than the king. You know, I guess. He also gets the Wall of Blade special rule. So this model gains a bonus of +1 to wound when making strikes with the spear against the model that charges them this turn. So that's always nice. You know, same rule as the Knights of Dale, which we'll come on to. His heroic actions are heroic resolve, strike, and defense. So pretty much the same as Bran, although Bran gets strength instead of defense. You know, which is nice. It's pretty cool. It's nice that they both have heroic strike. So they do have 5 value 5, but they essentially have 5 value 6 at least when the heroic strike. So that's always nice. Next up we have the Knights of Dale. Again, nothing has changed. Still on the same points. 5 value 4, strength 3, defense 6, 1 attack, 1 wound, courage 4. Heavy armor, spear, sword, and shield. No extra war gear, unfortunately. No options for like a banner or a horn or anything like that. It would have been nice to get them to have a banner, you know, got the nice new looking Dale banner finally, and Warhorn. You would be able to, it looks like you might be able to chop the head off the Dale warrior and, you know, put a Knight of Dale head on it, maybe make a nice cape for it, you know. You could do some conversions, like, you know, you could do conversions, you know, it doesn't, you know, don't have to have it and just say it's a warrior of Dale that looks like a Knight of Dale, I guess. But it would have been nice to have like at least like maybe a banner, but you've always got the Dale banner anyway, so it is what it is. And next up we have that, and they also get Wall of Blades as well. Next up we have the Windlands, and that is 75 points, which is interesting because the one that Bard and I think Garrison is 75 points as well. But the one that I know definitely Bard has can get the Windlands, and that is 75 points. But with this Windlands, you have the Windlands is a small siege engine and is crewed by 2 Warriors of Dale. So you're getting the 2 Warriors of Dale for free essentially. So the Windlands is pretty much about how much Warriors of Dale, like 7 or 8 points with some stuff. So the Windlands is essentially like 65, between 50 and 60 points essentially. If you're not including the Dale Warriors. So that's always nice. It has a strength of 10, defense 10, and 3 wounds. The crew are basically just Warriors of Dale, I'm pretty sure. I thought Warriors of Dale had courage 4, but no, they must have courage 3. You can upgrade a siege veteran to the Dale Engineer Captain for 50 points. Would you want to do that? I don't know. You're already going to have that point of might. It's basically, you're paying 50 points to get an extra point of might, essentially. Because that's what you really want it for. You'd want it for that extra might point. Is it worth it? I don't know. If you've got, you know, I don't know if it's worth it or not. Let me know what you guys think. Would it be worth it to get it? And it's accurate, so it scatters 3 inches rather than 6, so that's always nice. So yeah, the Windlands, it's a funny thing because the Windlands is good when it works. That's the trouble. It doesn't have knockback. It doesn't have anything like that. It will kill everything outright except for, what is it? The Balrog? I don't think no, because it can't. Is it 10 wounds or more, or is it over 10 wounds? I believe it's 10 wounds or more. So the Balrog, it will survive. It will go down to 5 wounds. Smaug will go down to 10. But other than that, like you're one-shotting trolls. You're one-shotting everything else. Boromir of Gondor, he's only got 1 fate, isn't he? Armies of the Lord of the Rings. Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure. Is he still on 1 fate? I have not used him. He'd be in Fellowship, wouldn't he? Should have done this earlier. Boromir of Gondor. He's got 0 fate. I feel like he had 1 fate at one point. Maybe I'm completely wrong. So yeah, you know, if you put that on Boromir of Gondor, you're one-shotting Boromir. So that's pretty nice. But again, how do you deal with siege engines? You just put one little model, put him 3 inches. If there's a target that you know they're going to go for, put like one model 3 inches away because because it scatters 3 inches rather than 6. Put one model 3 inches away from that. So if you got like a troll or like a troll chieftain or something like a Mumak, like a one-shot Mumax, put like one model 3 inches away from it. You can just scatter onto that. So siege engines are good, but they're not very reliable. What's really good is the legendary legions, like the Gothmog's Legion and the Army of Gothmog Legion, and is it the Assault on Helm's Deep legendary legion? When you can re-roll, is it hits and scatters? I believe. I've got War and Rohan there as well, but I believe I know it re-rolls scatters, so that's really good. So if the Windlands had that, that'd be amazing. But unfortunately, it doesn't. It still is good in certain situations. I'd still think you would take it for 75 points. It is cheap. Especially because you're getting the two crew. You can add additional crew for 7 points each. So well, there you go. So your crew is 7 points. It's nice. Again. Would you want to? I don't know. Would you want to add extra crew? You might. You definitely might, but they can't move away from it. That's the thing. And they come with armor and swords, so it's not like you have a bow. So it's not like you can, take crew with a bow and shoot from there. Like you're pretty stranded there. But I don't know. I don't think I've never really used the siege engine before, but I don't think I've ever seen people take many additional crew. If they do. But on to, we have the Erebor and Dale battle company. It would be nice to see one for each, so like one for Erebor and one for Dale. But here we have an Erebor and Dale updated battle company. So this one will include Knights of Dale. I think that's pretty much I don't play battle companies. I don't have the battle company book, unfortunately. I do want to play it at some point. I think it'd be kind of cool to play. I think I played like one game of it at some point, but I honestly don't remember. But I think the only thing that's changed in here is the Knight of Dale, which obviously makes sense. Next up, we have Arable Reclaimed. So this is the one with Dane and Thorin, like new, like basically War of the Ring Arable. So the army bonus, will you follow me one last time? All friendly Arable Dwarf models gain the Do Becast special rule. Friendly models that may treat Dane Ironfoot, King of the Mountain, as Thorin Oakenshield for the purpose of this special rule. So they've done this in a very good way. So it has the normal army composition. So it does have Thorin, it does have Keely, Feely, and all those kind of guys. But if Dane Ironfoot additional rules. Thorin and all 12. Oh wait, I'm being completely confused here. Hang on. It's on the other page. Sorry, guys. I got completely confused there. I knew it was somewhere here. So if your force contains Dane Ironfoot, King of the Mountain, or Thorin the Third Stonehelm, then all models in this army list change their Iron Hills keyword to the Erebor keyword. This is important. Additionally, your force may not include the following models from the Arable Reclaimed army list: Thorin Oakenshield, King of the Mountain, Kili the Dwarf, Kili Champion Erebor, Philly Champion of Erebor, obviously because they're dead. Balin Bomber, because he's too fat at this point, which kind of rip Bomber. Ori and Oin, obviously Balin, Ori and Oin, they all die in Moria. Dane Ironfoot, Lord of the Iron Hills, obviously because he's now king under the mountain. And Dwalin may not take a war go. Rip Dwalin. Additionally, ignore the allies matrix for the Arable Reclaimed army list. Instead, they will be historical allies with the Garrison of Dale, so long as its list contained Bran or Bar II. They will be convenient allies with Army of Dunharrow, Fangorn, the Fellowship, the Fiefdoms, Halls of Thranduil, Lothlorien, Minas Tirith, the Misty Mountains, the Rangers, Rivendell, Rohan, the Shire, the Wildmen of Duradin. They will be impossible allies with all other armies, which means they can't ally with the Iron Hills, which does seem a bit weird, I gotta say, because I don't think there's any mention of the Iron Hills during the War of the Ring. But you think there'll still be dwarves living there, right? But maybe they all came to Erebor. I'm not really too certain on that bit. If you guys know, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, we have Dane and Thorin, the third Stonehelm. So Dane is exactly the same. He's fearless. He has the venerable keyword, special rule, I should say. He has King Under the Mountain, so friendly Erebor dwarf models, including hero models, will benefit from Dane's Downfast regardless of range. So that's why all Iron Hill models going into being Erebor models now. That is why that's very key, because this Dane will now affect those models, which is nice. He's got heavy dwarf armor and Barazathul. I don't know how to say that. It's basically his red axe. It's a Master Forge 10.5 axe. Master Forge, which is nice. He has, like I said, he has fearless. He's got heroic resolve, heroic strike, heroic strength, heroic challenge. He's got heavy dwarf armor, and like I said, heavy dwarf armor and the axe. And yeah, he's basically the same as he was. He's exactly the same profile. So fight 6, 4 plus shoot value, which doesn't matter. Strength 4, defense 8, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, courage 7, 3 might, 3 will, 1 fate. Now we come on to Thorin the third Stonehelm, who has changed. I need one tweak though. He is. Oh, am I allowed to say it? He is 22 goblins. He used to be 24 goblins. He's now 22. That means goblins with some stuff. So yeah, he's reduced in 10 points. He was 120. I'll say that. He was 120 points in the I mean, I guess all these profiles, they're on the Forge World website. I don't know. Okay, Dane's 130, and Thorin's 110. So I can say that anyway, because I know all these things have been leaked already, but I just want to be careful. You guys know that. But yeah, and all these profiles are on the Forge World website. They're all the same except for Thorin, who is 10 points cheaper. And yeah, his profile is exactly the same. 3 might, 3 will, 3 fate, 3 attacks. Again, 2 wounds, which is interesting. I guess again, you don't want him to be better than Dane. It makes sense. He's got his cool headed special rule. So whenever Thorin declares a heroic action, roll a d6 on a 5+. No might is spent and a heroic action is free. Additionally, if Thorin declares a heroic action and an enemy model subsequently declares a heroic action, Thorin may choose to change the type of heroic action he has declared. Again, very situational, but I think very cool as well. We have Lothlorien. They say a great sorceress lives in these woods. Friendly Lorien models gain the resistance to magic special. Again, it's just a normal army bonus. It's alright, you know. It is what it is. Army composition, the only thing that's changed is that it now includes Orphan, I believe. And Orphan is a new, like we said, we've got the lovely new Orphan model that is going to be coming, as well as new Rumel, which is going to be awesome. Hopefully, definitely probably going to be a twin pack from Forge World. But we have Orphan. He's 5 IU 6, 3+, strength 4, defense 6, 3 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 6, 3 might, 1 will, 1 fate. His war gear is heavy armor and 2 ever-made swords, and he has heroic strength. So this one is a very beat stick, choppy up hero. Rumil is more of a defensive hero, and Haldir is the shooty brother, because they're all brothers. You know, Haldir is the shooty one, Rumil's the defensive one, and Orphan's the choppy uppy one, if that's even a word. But he's more the aggressive one. Because of his special rule, Well of Blades. If Orphan rolls one or more natural 6s to making a dual roll, then any dice that rolls a natural of 6 will make double the number of strikes when they would normally make when rolling to wound. Know that any strikes doubled in this way will not be doubled again if the model Orphan is fighting his trap. So if you knock him down, and say someone on a horse comes in and knocks the enemy down, you're not going to get double strikes again. So he could potentially get to 6 attacks, or 6 strikes I should say, when wounding a model, but he will never get to 12. But still, 6 strikes is still going to be amazing. You can't beat that really, can you? We have the Halls of Thranduil. Again, nothing new here, but it's always nice to see it there. Again, has the strength, weaknesses, and the key models there. Lovely to see some, gorgeous looking heavy metal models there. We have the Beornings. Now, this is a very cool one because, we all know it. Grim Beorn is now, well, he will be coming out, and the new Beornings. Now, Grim Beorn is the same points as his father. He's the same points as Beorn. He is a hero of valor, so he can lead 15 models, which will be very handy in a minute. And he has a hand and a half axe and a great bow, which you can see on his back. So a great bow is strength 4. He has 5 value 5, strength 5, defense 5, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, courage 6, 3 might, 3 will, 3 fate. So he's got 3s in all the right places, which is nice. He has, I believe he's 1 less fight value than Beorn, and he has 1 extra courage. I believe that's it. I believe Beorn is fight 6, and he's courage 5. But it doesn't matter because Beorn is fearless, I believe. His heroic actions are heroic strike, defense, and strength. He also has he's burly, he's fearless as well, so again, really doesn't matter. Resistant to magic and wielding creature. He's a skin changer, so roll over 4+, he can replace his model with a bear. And leader of the Beornings, only bear or Beorning models may benefit from Grim Beorn's heroic actions or stand fast. Also, Grim Beorn is for historical allies with the Halls of Thranduil, so long as the army consists of Thranduil. He is convenient allies with Dead of Dunharrow, Arable Reclaimed, so long as it includes Dane, Ironfoot, and Thorin the Third Stonehelm. Fangorn, the Fellowship, the Fiefdoms, Garrison of Dale, so long as it includes Brand or Bard II, so obviously it makes sense, it's the same time period. Lothlorien, Minister of the Misty Mountains, the Rangers, Rivendell, Rohan the Shire, and Wildmen of the Druiden. Again, no Iron Hills. And he is also impossible allies with all other armies. Then we have Grim Beorn, the bear profile. Again, Beorn is 5 value 8. Grim Beorn is 5 value 7, so we lose a 5 value. Strength 8, defense 8, 3 attacks, 3 wounds, courage 6. And his might, will, or fate are the same as when he changes. So if he has 3 might, 3 will, 3 fate when he changes into a bear, he'll have 3 might, 3 will, 3 fate when he becomes a bear. His war gear, teeth and claws, makes sense. He's got the same heroic actions, basically the same as before, and he has crushing strength, which Beorn already has. So basically, if you win the duel, instead of striking normally, you can choose 1 model. That model suffers a strength 10 hit, and if you roll to successfully wound, I believe, yes, obviously that would make the most sense. If you successfully wound, and is that, I don't know, I think it was before fate, wasn't it? It was before fate was spent. It doesn't say it here. I think it was FAQ'd. But the model immediately suffers a strength 10 hit. If the wound roll is successful, the victim suffers another strength 10 hit, and so on until the victim is dead or Grim Beorn fails to wound his victim. So a very, it can win you games, obviously. He can technically one turn Smaug. That can happen. So yeah, that is Beorn. A very cool rule, an awesome model. I can't wait for these guys to come out. Definitely going to be getting them on pre-order day, that's for sure. Then we have Beornings. They are 4 goblins worth, and I definitely think they're definitely worth 4 goblins. They'll definitely be able to take out 4 goblins, that's for sure. So they are 585, 4+ shoot value, which is important because they can take great bows. So strength 4 shooting, which is always good. Strength 4, defense 4, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, courage 5. And like I said, they have a hand and a half axe and dagger, but they can also swap it for a great bow for free, which is nice. They are burly, which is awesome. So basically makes them strength 5 essentially. And they also have woodland creature. And followers of the bear, whilst within 6 inches of a friendly bear model, this model contains as being in range of a banner, and Beornings may be included in Grim Beorn's warband. So I think that's quite a cool little army. I've heard that it may not be that popular at tournaments. I think it will be, personally. I think you're going to see this quite a lot. I feel like at Throne of Skulls, 1,000 points, like, we'll get that into the next video when we go over the legions. But I think the Beorning Legendary Legion, Grim Beorn, Beorn, and with 4 warbands is 1,000 points. So that's Grim Beorn, Beorn, and 30 Beornings. I think you might see that at Throne of Skulls, because that's 1,000 points. And I think that'd be an awesome little army to take. I don't think I'll get that many, honestly. I think we only ever need 12 for the scenarios, so that's probably all I'm going to get. Yeah, for both of the scenarios in here that have Beornings, you only ever need 12, so that I'm probably only ever going to have 12. And I think that's probably going to be most cases for people as well. But I think it'd be awesome to see, 2 bears and 30 Beornings just running around. I don't think it'd be very competitive, although it might be competitive with the Legion, but I don't think it's going to win. But it'd be fun nonetheless, and that's really what it's all about, isn't it? Next up, we have the Eastlings, which is probably the most changed army in this book. Obviously, it makes the most sense. So they have their army bonus, no quarter was asked, which is basically they receive +1 courage when their force is broken. Additionally, when in scenarios when a dice is rolled to see when the game ends, if there's at least one Eastling hero alive, they can choose to have the dice re-rolled if the game ends before they wish to. So it basically means that if the dice is rolled and the game ends, and you think you can last one more turn and maybe try and win it in that last turn, you can choose to re-roll it to try and make the game go on for an extra turn essentially. But what that doesn't mean is that if the dice is rolled and the game goes on, you can't choose to have that dice re-rolled to try and end it. That's not how it works, which is interesting. And then if there is an Eastern contingent as part of an army that contains an alliance, this army bonus is only in effect if 25% or more of the total models in the army have their Eastling keyword. I don't know if that was in... Let's check out Armies of the Hobbit, shall we? I don't believe that was in... It might have been. I know in the original take that's not what it was. Here we go. Eastlings. Yeah, I think that's new, actually. It doesn't say it because if they wish to, yeah. So in the new, so the army bonus has changed. I actually just realized that because I don't remember ever reading this. So the army bonus, the original army bonus was the +1 courage when they're broken, and the Eastling hero model alive, you re-roll if they wish to, but in the new one, it goes to if there is an Eastling contingent as part of an army that contains an alliance, and the alliance are... I'm gonna go to another... Where's the ally matrix? So the allies are... Eastlings. Can we find them? Eastlings. So they can ally with the Corsairs, they can ally with, what's that one? Isengard, Mordor, Moria, the Serpent Horde, and Varys of Khan. If they ally with that, and yeah, so if an Eastling contingent as part of an army list that contains an alliance, so if they're part of the same alliance, they can have the same army bonus. It doesn't say Green Alliance. It doesn't say Alliance of Convenience. It just says an alliance. So I'm pretty sure you could have the Alliance of Convenience as well. This army bonus is only effective if 25% of models of the total models in this army have the Eastling keyword. So that's interesting. So if you took Mordor, or if you took, I guess if you took, Varys of Khand, or, the Serpent Horde or anything like that, as long as you had 25% models that were Eastlings, they could also use this army bonus, which is interesting, I guess. I'm guessing that's how it works. Sorry if that was confusing, guys. But there we go. So we're up to the Dragon Emperor of Rune. Now, this guy has been put out there a lot. So I'm not going to go into too much detail, but he is a very cool model. I expect... there's an interesting point with him. He's 170 points. I will say that. Obviously, it's around. Everyone knows how many points he is now. I heard a lot of people saying he's worth a lot more than that. I also think he's on an... We know that the model is on an 80mm base with the palanquin. So if you ever try and maneuver an 80mm base around the battlefield, it's not that easy. I think there's a bit of a tax on that. So he's got all these amazing special rules, like he can give, he's resistant to magic himself. He has a battlefield-wide standfast or Eastling models. If people are within 12 inches of the palanquin, it's basically a banner. Yeah, the Royal Palanquin is a banner with a range of 12 inches. Any friendly Eastling warrior models within 6 inches of the Royal Palanquin, you can draw line of sight to it, gain a bonus of +1 to the 5 value. Like, they're all amazing special rules. And the model is amazing, but there's a tax on how big it is. Like, it's going to be very hard to maneuver around the battlefield if you have a lot of terrain, and I think that comes into an effect. So I think great model. Mine's ordered. It still hasn't arrived, unfortunately. I was hoping it would be arrived right now so I could, get an unboxing for you guys. I'll definitely unbox it as soon as it arrives. But yeah, like I said, I think it has a tax on it because of how big the model is. Now, you can dismount it, and how it has, the Royal Palanquin has 6 wounds. And once you dismount it, it completely disappears. So you can't remount it like most things. But however many wounds it has left, you can replace the palanquin with how many black dragons it has wounds left with shield and spear. So if it has 4 wounds left, you put down 4 black dragons with shield and shield and sword, as well as the emperor himself. So that's how it works essentially. And yeah, so it's a very cool model, that's for sure. I can't wait to get it myself. Can't wait to paint it. I'm kind of nervous painting it, to be honest, because it does look amazing, and I don't really want to screw it up. But I will be doing an unboxing painting vlog for this guy as well, for the Royal Palanquin. So I can't wait for that. It's gonna be awesome. Then we have Rutabi and Boromir. Rutabi is amazing. Got Master of Battle. And got Show No Mercy. When making strikes against an enemy model that is trapped, Rutabi may re-roll failed to rune rolls. Again, amazing. Again, very situational. You got to make that happen. But I think Rutabi's amazing. Boromir as well. You'd never want to take a normal what's the Eastling War Priest. You'd always want to take Boromir, because Boromir is amazing. Yeah, each time Boromir rolls a natural 6 when making a casting test, he will regain a single will point after resolving the effects of the magical power. Again, none of these profiles have changed since they came out. We have the Dragon Cult Acolytes. Again, the only model that has come out for this book that I'm not a massive fan on. I haven't got any myself yet. I will need to get 12 of them for the scenarios, but I might do some some converting and maybe put some cloth over their arms. I don't like that aesthetic. That I guess I understand that they're supposed to be buff Eastlings and stuff like that, but they don't really fit the Eastling aesthetic for me, and I don't really like that. So maybe I might just put like a nice cloak on them or something like that. We'll have to wait and see. And then we have the one that probably blew up the internet, honestly, other than Orphan, is the Runish War Drake. So it is worth 4 goblins, and it's an interesting profile. It's fight 4, 6+ shoot value, which doesn't matter because it can't shoot. Strength 4, Defense 5, 2 attacks, 2 wounds, Courage 4. It has Armor, Teeth, and Claws. It has Terror and Venom. So Venom is the one that can reroll all wounds. It also has slow-acting Venom. So any model that suffers a wound from a Runish Wardrake but is not slain reduces their 5u and attacks by 1 to a minimum of 1 for the remainder of the game. But they can only if an enemy model has been affected by the special rule, it can't be affected again. So you can't keep going, even by another Drake. So it can only be affected once. But that means you can have your Aragorns go down to fight 5 at 2 attacks. Like that's pretty crazy. But they are defense 5, so they will be easy to take down. Strength 3 shooting. They'll go down. They'll be winning on 5s. And they're only 5RU4, so they still have to win the fight. They will only win the fight, mostly against manish armies. So again, against your big heroes, you'd want a hero to go in there, heroic strike up with the Drake, and hopefully win and hopefully wound. But they can reroll their wounds if they get in, and they are terrifying as well. So they're not going to be easily charged by most things. So interesting points. Like it'd be cool to see the models. I can't wait to see them, and they do have armor, which will be interesting. Are they going to have like the Eastling armor on a Drake? Should be interesting to see. Then we have another two battle companies, the updated Eastling and Black Dragon. So the Eastlings have the can be upgraded with the Black Dragons, which I'm pretty sure which already was, but this one can also take the Runish Wardrake, which is very cool. And the Black Dragons has also a new battle company as well. They can have Dragon Cult Acolytes, Black Dragons with Pike and Shield, Black Dragons with Shield and Sword, Black Dragons with Bows, which is nice. So it'd be nice to paint some Black Dragons up like that. Do some conversions there. And you can also take Black Dragon Cataphracts and Dragon Cult Acolytes for the reinforcements, for the upgrades. Next up we have Mordor. Again, Razgush, Musgo, they haven't changed. Very cool rules though. I think I have gone over Razgush and Musgo in a previous video. But yeah, Razgush is awesome. He's definitely anti-elven. You gotta say, like, he's got Hatred Elf, he's got Elf Bane as well. Bonebreaker is basically enemy models do not receive any bonuses for an elven made weapon when fighting against Razgush. So again, this is the guy that he attacks Mirkwood, obviously, as we know in the book. Well, in this book, I should say, not in Lord of the Rings. But I gotta be careful what I say there. But he's very cool. He's definitely anti-elven, and that's what you kind of want, I guess. If you're gonna be fighting against elves, you want someone like that. We have Musgo, who attacks Lothlorien. Again, he's pretty cool. I'm not a massive fan of shamans, but I'll obviously be getting him with the scenarios. This book is making me get things that I'd never want. I never want to get shamans. I have to get shamans for some of the Lothlorien scenarios. Obviously Boromir, I already got Boromir, I already painted him up, and he's basically a shaman. They're very cool models. I love the look of Razgush. They're sold out at the moment, unfortunately, here in Australia, but they're just out of stock at the moment. I'll definitely be picking them up as soon as I can. And then the last one, I believe, is the Dark Denizens of Mirkwood. Again, nothing has changed here as much as I believe. The army list is there because they take part in the book, essentially. And it has the strength, weaknesses, and the key models as well. The Spider Queen, Bat Swarms, Mirkwood Spiders, and Fell Wargs. Again, I won't read any of that stuff because I want to keep you guys, let you guys read it for yourselves, essentially. And this video would be going on way too long, as much as it already is. But there you go. That is all the new army lists and all the new profiles that have come into Defense of the North. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Whew, there we go. We went through it all. In the next video, we'll be going through the Legendary Legions and the appendix scenarios and my closing thoughts on the Defense of the North. But you can expect a lot more Defense of the North content in the coming weeks and months for sure. Like I said, I'm building up the armies for these. Getting all the new models. My backlog is crazy at the moment. You guys will find that out in my next hobby vlog. It's gone to hell at the moment, my backlog. Yeah, I'm building boards as well. Got some of that. Got some materials coming in hopefully next week to start doing that kind of stuff. I've already started, but I need some more materials. And yeah, it's going to be Defensive North Haven here on Middle Earth Gaming. So I hope you guys will enjoy it. Again, make sure to join if you guys want to win a copy of Defensive North. This one right here you'll be winning, and some Eastling dice as well. Make sure to put Defend the North into the comment section below. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought about those new profiles. Which one are you most which one are you most looking forward to using on the tables, or which one do you think is the coolest as well? Let me know in the comment section below. But I'm going to get out of here. Hope you guys got some painting done while I rambled on, and hopefully I wasn't too boring for you guys. But I'll see you guys in the next one, and as always, happy gaming.